What's up guys, it's me Fans. Today we are going to go over knockdowns in Vita fighters. Now, this has been a problem since the start of the game, ever since it came out, but now that I'm playing online a lot, it's become really apparent. And I need to switch these characters because I'm supposed to use Shenglong. So, we can manage Shenglong, don't care about the character right now. There it is here for sure. So, what's the problem with knockdowns? So let's see what happens when you get knocked down. When you get knocked down, you can either wake up after a long time, it's way too long, and let's just talk about the problem with delay wake up already, before we even get into quick stand. So, the problem with this is that this is way too fucking long, and if someone attacks you from the back, in this scenario, you get unblockable. You cannot block here. So I shall show you my inputs from this computer, well, from the player one side anyway. So as you can see there, on the top left, it shows my inputs, right? So we're gonna hold forward because I'm gonna cross on left, right? That's unblockable from every character. Every character is like that. If you knock them down and they don't quicksand, it's an unblockable from the other side if you attack their back, as long as it's meaty anyway. So that's really bad. Of course, this is probably going to get fixed in that update, but apart from that, this delay quicksand is so long for no reason. It needs to be way faster. Like, imagine this quicksand animation wasn't from quicksand. Just imagine this would be the speed of a delay wake up. This should be the speed right there. That should be the speed of delay wake up. That's how fast it should be. Like I'm delaying this quicksand here, by the way, just to show how delay quicksand, like how delay wake up should be. It should be this fast. It should be briefly on the floor, and then they should get up, and that should be it. Now for instant quicksand, it should be like this. No, not that. It should be like this. And not like that. It should be like this. That should be instant quicksand, right? But you might think, okay, there's not much problem here. It's just the speed is slow. The problem is that there's no fucking OK in this game because you can quicksand at any moment. Or you quicksand instantly. You can delay a bit. You can delay a lot. You can almost get up from your normal quicksand and then quicksand. You can almost get up from your delay wake up and quicksand in the middle of that wake up. That should not be possible at all. There should not be this much variety in how you can get up, because the flash from the quicksand is too fast for you to react to. This is 19 frames. If you let's say react to a 16 frame reaction time, which is the best reaction time by the way, and that is when you're looking at it, like when that is reacting to like a light bulb going off, not of an in-game where stuff is like going on and you're thinking of how you're going to beat them. If you react to that, you are plus let's say both of you got knocked down at the same time, but let's say you're standing right next to them. If you react to that, then you have 3 frames. You have three frames of something to meet them. You can only meet them with a jab if you have the best reaction times imaginable. If you react to that flash, you can only meet it with a jab at best. A heavy or something, that's not meaty. Why? Because Shenglong is like one of the only characters that have good Oki because they actually have to stand up to block this and they're forced to do it. And that should not be possible, but it's whatever. Someone like Ricky Maru, if you sweep someone, they can quicksand and just hit you, basically. And you can't really do anything because how do you know when they're going to quicksand? Because if you ever go into any of my games, you'll see times where the guy will quickstand super late or super early. I have to guess when they're going to quickstand. I'm getting mixed up for knocking someone down. Because what can you do? You can't really, like, if they just mix that stuff up, you can't do anything at all. Like that, like if you try to time anything. If I set a bot to random quickstand, I am going to lose 70% of the interactions. Because there's nothing I can do. You can't, if they just randomize it, you can't do anything. And there's nothing safe to do. Even if you match your jab, they can counter hit your jab by quickstanding through it, and then they have invincibility, which makes sense because if they get them, of course they have invincibility. But then you can't do anything about it. And then knockdowns should be normalized. There should be only two types of knockdowns. The two types would be instant quicksand, which would be this fast, and the other one would be delay wake up, which would be this fast. That should just be it, because there's no reason for me to get getting mixed for knocking someone down. Like, let me show you Street Fighter knockdowns. Let me show you how those work. To show off how good knockdowns are designed, let's look at good old Street Fighter third track. What can I show you? That's why you use this color. And let's start with this. Okay, put this up. Now, let's see how knockdowns work in this game. In this game, when you knock someone down, they are forced into delay wake up if they do not do something as soon as they get hit, as soon as they land on the floor. And that something is by pressing down. So if you press down as soon as you reach the floor, you do a roll. You don't have to do a roll. That could be the quick step. If you do not input this that quick, I'm mashing down here. In fact, I'll show you up here. I'll show you with the knuckle right there. It's over here on the right? If I miss the timing, it does not come out. This is how quickstand should be. If you don't quickstand, you wait there through the delay wake up, and look how fast that thing is. Look how fast the delay wake up is. That's how the fast delay wake up should be in Vita fighters. If you do, this is why you're gonna kill him. If you do, press up as you reach the floor. I don't care if it's a 5-frame window or a 10-frame window or a 3-frame window. It should be a 3-frame window. Before touching the ground, just press down press up as you're about to touch the ground, right? Then they'll be able to quickstand, and it doesn't need to be a roll. You can just quickstand, so that Oki actually makes sense. That way I can actually think of Oki. I still wouldn't be able to get him every time, but at least have a 50% chance. And if I make the right setup, I can cover both and make them actually take pressure for getting knocked down. There's no reason why they should be benefiting off of getting knocked down. In this game, you get positioning, right? You get positioning because you roll backwards, but you also can get mixed up here. That makes sense. In Vita fighters, instead of getting positioning, you get to not get OTG'd by some of the characters. Some of the characters have OTGs, right? OTG characters only work if you make people to not quickstand. And that's how this will work. If you always are able to get Oki when they quickstand, and then they decide to not quickstand to mix you up, then if you read that, you could OTG them, and that's how it could work. That's how knockdowns should work. I mean, like, please, either this kind of knockdown or like Guilty Gets Drive kind of knockdown. Guilty Gets Drive knockdown is basically the exact same, to be honest. But still, this is how it should be. Do not give hard knockdown to stuff though, and that's just everything. That's gotta be done. Hard knockdown in this game, it's pretty whack, I'd say. really bad. Mostly because if you're a grab character and you have a hard knockdown, you kind of just win the game. But yeah, try to not give hard knockdown stuff to everything, especially characters with grabs. But yeah, just make it like this, please, because when I'm playing online, I get so frustrated, and my enemy is getting so frustrated because you're really rolling the dice on your own pressure when you do this. And on top of that, doing jumping there for when they do quicksand. Of course, you can get counter hit, but there's less risk when you're jumping, right? When you jump there and you do the jump heavy, you find out it's -5. But thank God you're thinking of changing that and making it actually plus. But still, knockdowns are really bad right now. So I think that's everything I have to say. I put down a playlist of my sessions. If you go into my sessions, I have full hour-long videos of me playing with people, and like just being able to do that, like I'm just gonna be guessing here. I'm gonna mash my button because I'm gonna guess on this, right? I'm gonna mash so that I can randomize it, right? Like you can't really guess, because if you guess, there's a high chance you get jabbed, and then when you get jabbed, you get comboed for 50% of your life into corner carry, into side switch, into whatever shit. Yeah, just make knockdowns normal, please. Like sometimes I think that I should not go in, like when I do a heavy, I think I should not go for this DP, because even if I got OK on it, I think I just rather do fireball, because then I get guaranteed pressure because he's standing. That's how bad it is. Like I'd rather go for this as pressure or a combo than actually go into my more damaging move. So please let me fix knockdowns.